At this time, I'd like to invite Mr. Rob Schein, Chairman of the Xavier College Preparatory High School Board of Directors, to come forward and share his remarks.
Thank you, Mark. Well, good morning, everyone. Thank you for coming to the commencement and celebrating this year's graduation of the 2021 senior class of Xavier College Prep. On behalf of the Xavier Board of Directors, our generous benefactors, and everyone in this room, past and present, that has made this possible for everyone here, we say thank you. It's an honor and privilege to give this speech to you today, and especially honoring you graduates here. For all of us in this room, 2021 has been definitely a different year. COVID changed everything. It altered Xavier's plans for the year, for our students, faculty, staff, and just about every occasion. There were challenges, there were compromises. There were missed sporting events. There were missed dances and dances that went undanced. It's really a true testament to you seniors. No one has done what you have done, and no one has persevered like you have. So we congratulate you for persevering through this hard time. We'd also like to give a great congratulations to the staff, the leadership team, and everyone here at Xavier. You know, only half of, as we speak right now, schools in California are in-person learning. So I want to give a great thank you to our staff and our leadership team for what they've done for our kids. One thing's for certain, no one can ever take your Jesuit education, and as you grow older and you get in this world, you'll understand the gift of what truly a Jesuit education actually means. I'm a product of Jesuit education, and every day I thank my parents for that opportunity. I'm sure someday, if not now, you will. It's a special bond you will have in this world, and this education is known worldwide. Doesn't matter where you go. Everyone knows the quality and the impact of what a Jesuit education is. Actually, it's really why I'm here. It's my why. Why am I standing here before you? Why am I giving this speech? Well, as it's customary for the board of director or the chairman of the board to give the graduation speech and some comments to our graduating seniors, I'll share with you my personal story. You see, I'm first born generation in America. My brother and I both graduated college, and my dad came over in 1953 through Ellis Island, looking at Lady Liberty, and gave everything up to come to America. And my dad says to my family when they got here, as I got older, he shared with me, Robert, we came here for two reasons, education and opportunity. That's what our family sacrificed to get you here. That's what we mean, and that's what we've done for you. So don't ever forget that. I never forgot that, and more importantly, I never wanted to let my family down. As I went through grade school, went to high school, I grew up in Phoenix, Arizona, and I went to all-boys Jesuit high school. That's where my first Jesuit experience started, called Brophy College Prep. And it was extremely expensive. It still is. Cost of Jesuit education always will be expensive. My family sacrificed once again. I watched my mom then get a job as well. So both of my parents put me through my Jesuit experience. Once again, my family sacrificing for me. As my freshman year concluded, sophomore year, I get called into my guidance counselor's office. He sits me down and says, Robert, I just reviewed your freshman transcript. He goes, you're not going to make it. Father, we've got plenty of time. I got 15 minutes in my next class. We're good. Just tell me what we need to talk about, and I'll be on my way. Robert, that's not what I'm talking about. You're not going to make it. See, Father, my guidance counselor at that time, he knew that I wasn't giving it my all. He knew that I could be more, do more, and share more. with everyone. It was that turning point for me personally. It was the first time I was challenged. It was the first time I was like kind of coasting through life. B's and C's are good enough. My dad's proud of me. I'm, in a really prestigious, hard school. I'm really just guiding through. But he challenged me, and it gets better. So Mr. Alling was at Brophy at the time. That's where the Jesuit network, the community, comes in. And now he never directly taught me because he only taught honors and AP. And it took me 2 semesters together to get a 4.0, but we won't tell my children that. But Mr. Granger taught me, and he could vouch for my effort or lack of effort at that time. And question whoever had Mr. Granger, and thank you for all your service, Mr. Granger, to us. When he passes a test back, does he give you that look like you could do better? Because he did that to me all the time. And Mr. Lyons, where's Mr. Lyons? We graduated together at Brophy. See, it's a small, tight network, and it's a community that will be with you for the rest of your life. But as the story goes on, I graduate Brophy, go to college, University of Arizona. My older brother, 6 years older than I, studied finance and marketing, and he went into the finance industry. That's what I wanted to do. My brother did it. I'll do it. I'll go in-state. In-state tuition's cheaper than my high school, so my parents got a break. And it was 2 hours away from home, so I went to University of Arizona. And as my parents dropped me off, first week of school as a freshman, my mom's dad are moving me into the dorm. And my mom says to me, one of the last words she says to me, "Robert, whatever you do, don't date any girls from California." So what do you think happened next? So, as fate or luck or life would happen, the next week, I would meet my future wife. And she's from California. She actually grew up here. And so we dated all the way through, both graduated together and decided where we'd like to end up and raise a family. Palm Desert, California is not too far away from Phoenix. It's only 4 hours away. And so as we're in the U-Haul with my dad, and just my dad and I were driving on the I-10 here with my $5 worth of possessions in a U-Haul after college, I don't know. My dad and I are in the car, and my dad's asking me all these questions, and it's a great ride. It's a great windshield time, as I call it, with my father. And I'll never forget the question he asked me. He's like, "Do you have any regrets? Any regrets leaving home?" I said, "Yeah, besides leaving mom and you and my brother, the only other regret," and this is a true story, is that I wouldn't have the opportunity to give my children the experience of a Jesuit education. Because at the time, Xavier was only a wish and a prayer out here in Palm Desert when we moved out here. It didn't exist. There was a lot of family members and a lot of community and a lot of hard work that was laying the groundwork for years before we got here, before I got here, before God put me here. But I didn't know that. So I'm here a couple years in the, starting my financial services career, and we have our first child, which is Taylor, now graduating today. I think you were in the blue room, purple room. How many of you is in Sacred Heart, blue, purple? There's a lot of familiar faces here. Time goes quickly at Sacred Heart to Xavier graduation now. But I get a call from Mr. Alling. "Robert, can you go to meet us at Daily Grill? Dodie Rover and I would like to ask you for a favor and talk to you about this experiment called Xavier." So I go meet with them at lunch, and they share with me everything about Xavier, what Xavier is going to become for this valley. And I was so excited. I'm like, this is amazing. This is why. But they shared also with me the financials at the time. They said, "We'd like you to help you build the first financial plan for Xavier. Help be on the board of directors and help us with this mission and vision to create quality education, but you can help us financially speaking with regards to what you've been studying, if you will." So I looked at the financials, and I literally turned white, because there was no such thing as financials when Xavier started, right? I analyzed companies all day long, liabilities, assets, cash flow. I looked at the financials of Xavier, a true startup at the time. It didn't matter. Both Dodie and Chris were on a mission, and they knew that with God's grace, Xavier would happen. So I got home that night, and my wife asked me, Jenica asked me, "Rob, how did it go?" I said, I'm torn. I'm so torn. I really want to be part of this. I want to be part of this because I feel it's the right thing to do. But the financial side of my brain it's not working. It's not going to happen. And Jen says, like all wonderful wives do, Robert, they're not asking you to fix their financial problems overnight. They're asking you one question, and it's the only question you need to answer for yourself. Are you in the boat or are you out of the boat? That's the only question you need to ask. God will take care of the rest. That was one of the greatest questions ever asked of me. And I got in the boat, immediately rolled up my sleeves, started helping in every which way, created the financial plan and got a team together to help ensure that Xavier's on solid financial footing. And now we're 1,400 graduates. Standing before you, I've got a senior, a sophomore, a freshman here at Xavier right now. In a few years, I'll have another freshman. So it's been a wonderful opportunity for me to share with you my experience of Jesuit education, my why, of why I'm here. And I'm telling you, each and every one of you is gifted with God's gift. Your unique skill set is not one better than the other. Your job is to work together. Your job is to say yes and get in the boat when God asks of you at some point in time. Maybe it's Xavier, maybe it's something else later on in life. But I will tell you, God put you here for a reason. He gave you a unique skill set for a reason. It's your job to realize that skill set, and with the Jesuit education and this foundation of this faculty, this staff, your parents, your grandparents, and everyone, you've got a wonderful community behind you. God bless, and we love you.
Thank you, Chairman Schein.